Welcome. As most of you know, the Lord of the Rings Online is offline, and as you also know, normally I will play that game. Since the game is offline at the moment because they're doing a major update to the game, update 22, where they will revamp the entire northern region, and including Mirkwood, Erebor, Esgaroth, and Dale. I will be playing another game for this moment. As you can see, I have started up the Battle for Middle Earth. It seemed fun for me to at least play a new game at this moment. So what we will do is we will see if we can do the campaign. And in this particular session, the good campaign. And let's see, I don't think I have any save files. No, I don't. Well, what was the reason is I have done the entire good campaign actually, and I've lost my save file. As you will see, I will do the good campaign on easy. That is just because this game is more fun for me to do the normal campaign. But I'll be right back because I can't see. Yeah, we will do the good campaign, easy mode, and we'll roll into the story. For those, I've set the entire game to English. For those who do not know the game and who do want to play the Battle for Middle Earth 1 and a lot of the other games that you can play with Battle for Middle Earth 1, Battle for Middle Earth 2 and Rise of Witch King, those games are purchasable still if you look very hard for them, because it's not that very easy to find them. The problem with these games is they are very hard to get, and then again they can't be played on Windows 10 unless you know how to install the games. If you have questions about installing the games, ask me. Place a question in the stream chat. I will be placing this video also on YouTube. So if you have any questions on how to install these games, ask me and I will help you, because they can be played on Windows 10. Let's roll into the story.
Mordor is the land of the Dark Lord Sauron. He has dominion over this bleak and wasted landscape and all who enter it. Sauron wages war with all of Middle-earth. He must be stopped, or all shall fall into darkness. The hobbit Frodo Baggins now bears the ring, guarded by a fellowship drawn from all the free peoples of Middle-earth. The One Ring must be returned to Mount Doom and destroyed in the very fires of its creation.
As you can see, this map is featuring the entire map of Middle-earth. The first mission we can do is Moria, so we'll do that. This is a real-time strategy game. It is close resembling to Age of Empires 2, 3, Age of Mythology and all those kind of games. The only difference is in Battle for Middle Earth 1 you will have building spots that can't be used in random locations. You have to build on the building spots. In the Battle for Middle Earth 2 and in Rise of Witch King you can place the buildings where you want them yourself. But as you will see, we will follow actually the fellowship. We'll do other missions as well with Rohan, Gondor, and we'll travel through the lands of Middle Earth, helping the Fellowship get to Mount Doom. But first we have to travel through Moria and see how we end up. The problem with these games is you can update them, but the chance that they won't work after that is big. And for a lot of patches you need the game to be updated. We will see. Options. I think I can change the details. Resolution. You see the resolution bar here is dark. The reason for that is because I have to make the game work for Windows 10, and the game doesn't make an own options.ini. So you have to do that yourself, and in that folder you will adjust the screen solution. As you can see, there's a banner here with a shield. In this level, every banner stands for an upgrade. We have our objectives: guide the Fellowship through the halls of Moria. All Fellowship members must survive and destroy the Balrog. The white ones are the necessary objectives. After that we have the bonus fight 5 treasures, bonus rank all heroes to level 2, and bonus purchase a power. Those are all objectives that can be done. I choose the Elven Gift. The Elven Gift here, heroes gain 50% damage bonus. It's a passive bonus, so it is always useful. I use it at this moment because I want this level ups for my units, also because it's one of the bonus objectives. I need to get my units over the bridge. What I do is I click A on my pad and then I click with my mouse button. This will automatically make sure that my units travel to that location, auto-attacking all creatures in their path. And I've chosen Legolas to level up now, so Legolas is level 2 also. What I will do, the hobbits, you see the hobbits here, 1, 2, 3, 4. All the hobbits have the option of throwing stones, so I will set Frodo, Sam, Merry and Pippin to throwing stones because the hobbits are stronger using their stones. And what you can also do is you can right click on a skill of one of your units. In this case, Legolas with Hawk Strike and Gandalf with the Wizard Blast. At this moment you don't need them, but when you're further into the game, it's easy to select one of those skills with your right mouse button because they will use it automatically themselves. And it will save you time, it will be, well, easier, it will be safer because you will know for sure that your units will use their skills. Also a change from this game in comparison to the movies will be that units that normally die, like Gandalf in a certain mission and Boromir after a certain part, in this game they won't die. They will stay with you and they will journey through your entire journey with you. So when in the time we will reach Minas Tirith, they will still be alive. So as you can see, we will now further journey into the caves. I won't bother much with creatures like Boromir, Gimli for leveling up, because they will find another level up point in this game. The hobbits, you don't have to worry at all. The hobbits will level up, especially when you set them to throwing stones, because with stone throwing they're very deadly, even when they're very young and level 1. The throwing stone ability is one of the most nice abilities they gave them. It is 10 points more damage It seems like we're in the throne room of Moria, and at this point I choose to level up Gimli. Gimli at level 2 gains the ability to leap attack. I can show you, you have an area of effect, and you right click and he jumps to the area. The other one of him is X-Throw. He gets that at level 1 and he will throw an axe and do damage. And the last one is Berserker Slayer, and as you can see, plus 100 attack speed, plus 200 damage, which is really nice. He becomes very deadly then. Gandalf's level 10 ability, Word of Power, is also very damaging. But we're now in the room where Balin is put to sleep. And they will find out now, like in the movies, that Balin is dead. And we'll see what happens. As I can remember, orcs will come through the door, and after a while in the right upper corner you can see the wall with cracks, and that will burn down. And I remember correctly, there will come 2 trolls through that door. I choose to confront them directly, and I think Boromir will use his horn off, or will level up in this battle. As you also saw, Gimli used his leap. I didn't activate that. That is one of the in-game strategies that he will use, and I don't know if it is in this game. But in the first or in the second game, he or his father will have a line like, "Yep, they're ugly," which is hilariously funny. And the troll is down. And as you can see, we just have Frodo and, well, those 2 are level 2. So we only have Boromir left to level up. And when you go through this crack, there will be one last level 1 point, so don't worry about that. Find 5 bonus treasures, the last one will be there, so the bonus objectives of this level will be done. And we will kill those last orcs. And I think that when this patch of orcs is destroyed, we can, yes, the wall there will crack, and we can use it there. Frodo has lost a bit of health. For Aragorn, I will use his healing power now, so we don't have to worry about anything like health or something like that. We don't have to worry about the trolls. The trolls will die very quickly, because the heroes in Battle of Middle-earth 1 are way more overpowered than they should have been, especially if you play on easy mode. You have levels with Rohan and especially Gondor, where in Gondor, after a while, Aragorn, Gimli, Legolas, Gandalf, all those heroes will be there, and when you have them on level 10, all of them on level 10, they can destroy every map on their own without even an army. The only backup they may need are 1 or 2 maps where they can't make it on their own. And the Black Gate, the last level, do need the backup army. Your heroes on level 10 can't do that on their own, because every other enemy is also on a high level. And as you can see, we have found the last place now, and this last place I will get my last unit on level 2. And we have found the last 2 bonus objectives. Find 5 treasures, rank all heroes, and purchase a power. These last 2 will finish when you're done with the game, and kill the Balrog will also be on the far end. But as you know, and as I said, every unit, every hero in this game will survive. So when we battle the Balrog in this part, or when actually Gandalf battles the Balrog in this part, it is this time your purpose to defeat him, not to stay there and die. You don't need to. It is not necessary. It can be done actually, because Gandalf needs to survive the battle here. What I normally do is I wait here, because I like the experience that you can get. And I will use Gandalf's power to destroy some of these units, and Legolas can take care of the rest. Legolas has a very high range of attack. As you can see, all of these goblins will die very shortly. One attack will be enough. Like I said, every hero in this game is very overpowered. Really, really overpowered. So the last two goblins, but unfortunately I don't have enough for 1 power. I think that finishing this level gives you the last power you need. And well, we guided the fellowship through the mines, and as you can see, the Balrog will emerge. Balrog is one of the power points that you can purchase when you play on the evil side. When you're playing good, you can purchase the Army of the Dead. Gandalf can hold on his own, and as you can see, but what I do is I run from him. I run and try to escape every hit possible, because I don't have my healing power yet. You don't need it in this level if you really thought of it. I chose the Elven Gift because it's useful here. And every time your lightning sword is done recharging, it is really useful to use it on the Balrog, because a quarter of its health will deplete, and you have to use it 4 times, and after 4 times you defeat it. As you see, the Balrog is not fast enough to catch up to us. And in the last turn that we will use its power, it will fly towards the far left here. It will ignite, so it will do more damage to Gandalf. And it's necessary to find a way to kill him off. It hasn't flown yet, so I think we're safe actually this time, and it will not use its power. Yes, it will be... Oh, we have to use it one more time. Let's see... Run, 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 run. Gandalf, run! Sometimes it's also possible to get Gandalf to level 3. There's also a game, it's a mod of this game where you can get Gandalf even to level 5 if you do it correctly. Then you do set aside a bonus objective, but Gandalf can use its level 5 ability. It's not recommended. I recommend using the bonus objectives. As you can see, we've used them all. Every unit is lighted up, so every unit has been leveled up, and my total score is 19,566, a total victory, and plus 1 power. And those powers will go into the power ring. Escape Moria. And we have 3 power here, so we can purchase new skills. The skills you have purchased will stay. And in this game, now I can choose for 3 different places to go to. So I can go to Eastern Rohan, or the Westfold. I recommend the plus 20 command, because you can build larger armies that way. The 10 resources isn't really necessary, because you will get them in time, and yeah, it will make sure you get more resources in the game to build something, but you don't need it in the beginning. The plus 1 power is nice, but it's not really necessary. So we will go for the plus 20 power.
Rohan lies at the center of Middle Earth.
And we will play with Eomer here. And one of the side objectives of this mission, I think, is get Eomer to level 2. So what I normally do is I place my normal units behind the barracks, place Eomer at front, start building and make sure I will get my army up. One of the bonus objectives is also build human archers and garrison them in the burnt tower. So we will build a Rohan archery, and what I will also do is explore the map. I will wait with new power. I will get the power of the Istari. It will transform Gandalf to Gandalf the White, which will increase its power. What I'll also do is use Eomer to find resources here, find enemies, find little build spots like this to build an exterior farm. Those farms will get useful in the meantime. Build them. They're good. You will get them very fast, and they will generate resources. And if I remember correctly, they will also be level 2 when you build them. Yes, they will be level 2, so they will produce more than they will normally do. I found farmers. Farmers aren't very good in this game. Well, you have one objective in one of the missions to combine one of your farmers with your real human archers. What I do there is I combine them. I give the farmers their draft so that they get weapons and armor. I combine them with the archers, give the archers fire arrows, and they will be very destructive. I have multiple times got them at level 10 and they will destroy lives. I promise you. So the farmers aren't that useless, but on their own they aren't that great. And if I remember correctly, there will be farmer family here too. Yes, there is. And we have another base camp here. But I will make sure that I will let them be killed in this mission, because I need the points further on in the game for my horses. As you can see, I can build a stable, and I will build a farm shortly when I get the resources. Eomer I will let fight on its own for a while, because he can take care of his own. The building here isn't really necessary to destroy. Those are outposts. Outposts give you money if you destroy them. So what I will do is I will use my horses to destroy it, get some resources from it, and continue on. And the only reason I sent Eomer into the enemy camp at this moment is to get him to level 2. I want this outpost also, but I need resources for that, 800. Another reason is why you want Eomer to level 2 at the most, at the soonest possible moment, is because Eomer gets outlaw leadership. And every kill that is done by one of your units earns you 1 resource. And I will use my units. And Eomer is level 2. Done. So I will send him to his own units. If he can escape, he can. And we will send them back to base camp. Also, one of the very useful ways of using Rohan is Rohan works with horses normally, and horses get a sort of trample. Just send your horses over the enemy units, they will trample them and they will die on impact. I will show you. Just click, send them away, and the enemy units get trampled. And this is a very useful way of generating experience, and this case also generating resources, because one trample is enough to tumble them down, get them killed, get resources. Side note, it only works if the unit is of the enemy isn't fully upgraded, but I use it always because it's one of the most easiest way of getting resources when you're playing Rohan. I will send my farmers here because I want my farmers to conquer that area as well. And 3 of my farmers I will send to the enemy camp because I don't need them. I don't want them. They take up space and that is not necessary. And 1 of them I will send towards the enemy camp because towards one of the encampments to gather the resources. And as you see, I've built a farm here. I will send those towards here because they're attacking my encampment, which I don't need. And you I will send there. And they were destroying my farm, but as you can see, I've sent my my units towards them to destroy them. In some of the levels, I don't recommend to always send your units to destroy the enemies, because in the beginning it's very easy, but after a while the enemy AI is programmed to have higher level units and stronger units, so even your armies won't stand a chance if they're not fully upgraded or do not have any upgrades on them. So I recommend to use at least a bit of the time on every map to strengthen your army. Make sure you're on your max capacity. Make sure you're on have every unit upgraded, because it can be useful and it will be useful, especially in the main game when everything else is to be done. And as you can see, I've built my last farms here. I can build farms here, but I can also tell you they will get raided immediately. The enemy AI is programmed to also go after your farms, because income is one of your most useful ways to destroy the enemy here. And as you see, the enemy tried to destroy my farm here. I chose to destroy these creatures, these enemies at this moment. Send them back, my units. And as you can see, even my horses are level 2 at this point. So there's no real reason to worry about them. Actually, I don't need this last one. I will send my archers into the tower. If you didn't update the game will register them as being lost. As you will see in my command points in a short while, you can't undo this action. The only thing that will happen is this tower will now be yours and will shoot on enemy archers. And as you saw, I lost a ton of command points. And it's just waiting to let my last farmer die, and as you see, I'm now on 40 command points again. If you're struggling in this level, it can be useful to get these towers. You have one here and one on the right. Put some human archers in them and let them shoot at your target. if you for some reason chose to do this level another time or at another time, it can be that you also can upgrade your archers with fire arrows, which will make them more deadlier. But in this case I will just build 3 horses, Rohirrim warriors. As you will also see, in this game, if you play the campaign, it will unlock some other characters after a while. You know, I can only build my Rohirrim warriors, but I can build horse archers from here. I can build yeoman archers here, and when you reach Helm's Deep, after that point you can build elves. And Rohan doesn't get much more units only after you have gotten to the point where you have battled Isengard and you have destroyed Isengard with the Ents. You will be able to purchase an Ent base at a location like this, because EA chose to put the Ents as the siege weapon units of Rohan. Every unit, every faction gets siege units. It will be very useful in a way, because Rohan and Gondor have castles, and those castles will be outfitted with walls, and these walls will need to be destroyed, or the front gate needs to be destroyed for Mordor or Isengard to get in. Isengard and Mordor don't get walls, but Mordor and Isengard have other ways of protecting them. Isengard can build more towers inside their encampment. The units are a bit stronger. Mordor has a lot of cheap units, a lot of quick building units, so it's recommended for, if you play Mordor, to build fast and hard. Don't hesitate to build orcs. Really, don't hesitate. Orcs are free. They don't take up any resources, they just take up space, but they're a very useful way of presenting offensive pressure on the map for your enemy. Make sure that you blitz attack them every time, like build, attack, build, attack, build, attack, because that way you can build up your own base, get resources, build better units like trolls and siege units in Haradrim. Mordor has also a very handful and useful way of using their heroes. In Mordor you can build the Nazgul, you can build I think you could build Golem? I don't know for sure. I know that in some game you could build Golem, or that could be one of the other games. You have multiple games of Middle Earth where you can play in this way. But as you can see, I've built my amount of units that I could make. I'm at 100 of my 100 command points. I've 5 horse riders and I've Eomer. And as you saw in the first map, I completely destroyed the enemy. They didn't stand a chance. So it's just destroying those last 2 furnaces. They can't have any other outposts. Those 3-point outposts will count as one of the outposts that they can use to survive in the map. But in this particular map, I destroyed their last encampment, so that will result in their loss. And as you can see, one last orc came from somewhere, tried to destroy me, and they failed. They utterly failed. So I finished this map, and I can do the other missions from now on. I do recommend, if you do want to play the evil campaign after the good campaign, if you do want to play them together, save your game. So that will be what I'm doing now. I will name it good campaign just for fun. Good campaign. And if you want to play the good campaign now and decide I want to play the evil campaign after this act, and we'll come back to the good campaign, you can do it in this way. Otherwise, it will overwrite your save file, and you will have lost your save file, and can't do it again. So I will thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you do have some questions. If you do not know how to install this game, ask me. I promise you, it's most fun to play, and it can be played on Windows 10. Thank you all, and see you next time.